If you are watching this channel and you just happen to work at CNN, which I know some of you do, please, if you have never listened, if you have never believed that anything I have said in the past, if you've always thought that I was just some uneducated Southerner, please do yourself a favor and listen to what I am about to say and take it seriously. If you're watching this video and you work for CNN, do yourself, do your family a favor and quit immediately. Not everyone working at CNN is spanking the woke wanker. There are a handful of normal people who, for one reason or another, have chosen to surround themselves with the filth. If that happens to be you, I encourage you to find another job because you are never going to be taken seriously. You are never going to have credibility working at CNN. As always, you don't have to take my word for it. KC always comes with the proof. Over the last couple of years, there have been a lot of problems at the sinking Titanic. This ship is taking on fluids faster than a bruised boodle at a Preparation H demonstration. CNN lacks identity. They're not woke enough for the wanker spankers, and Lord knows they are not close to attracting the viewership of normal people. They have tried to capture the attention of lonely men by having Caitlin Collins anchor their primetime lineup. Katie Roo! Katie Roo! As it turns out, lonely men don't like spanking the wanker while watching some bitter woman embarrass herself on national television. CNN also lacks star power. There is not one star at this network. You could actually make the case that there are more stars inhabiting the WNBA dump than there are sinking along with CNN. One of the biggest, if not the biggest problem at this network, CNN has a complete lack of credibility. For years, CNN has used the tagline, "the most trusted name in news." Does anyone trust CNN? Deacons at Woke United Methodist don't even trust CNN. They ruined that relationship when they had Katie Roo make Donald Trump look like a superstar during that town hall. Orange man bad. But once you lose credibility, it is damn near impossible to get it back. Once you lose the trust of the general public, that trust is gone. And it's not like CNN ruined their relationship with normal people overnight. The erosion of trust, it happened gradually over a number of years. Executives at CNN, they are working frantically trying to rebuild that trust. Now, of course, they are doing what CNN always does best, screwing everything up. The brilliant minds at CNN, they decided the best way to regain credibility was to revamp their entire lineup. How did they go about doing that? Did they give shows to people that America trusts and respects? They gave shows to people based on diversity. You know, because America loves the diversity dong in their breakfast burrito. Welcome to Woker King. Can I take your order? Yes, I'll take Don's lemonade with a diversity dong. Step 2 in reestablishing their credibility. Step two is nothing short of brilliant. CNN utilized the services of Scotty Andrew, a recent graduate of Woke U. Scotty spent 4 years and 6 figures majoring in gender studies with a minor in gender identification. She graduated magna cum laude, cementing her status as a future collector of woke welfare. KC, why are you calling he a she? Scotty's a dude's name. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Believe it or not, Scotty Andrew, actually a beautiful woman. She looks just like the girl next door. Well, at least that's how it appears to the naked eye. Nowadays, you just never know. A woman may look like Pamela Anderson from the mid-90s but can have a King Kong surprise in that tuck-friendly bathing suit. But CNN, they utilize the gender knowledge of Scotty Andrew to educate their dwindling audience on the use of proper pronouns. Now, before you roll your eyes in disgust and think this is another lesson on the importance of calling Leah Thomas a she or the importance of referring to Rachel Levine as a beautiful woman, that is not the type of pronouns that CNN is educating their audience on. Ladies and gentlemen, Deacons at Woke United Methodist, they have gifted us with a brand new set of pronouns. They are called neopronouns. Neopronouns are to be used when you need to use terminology without expressing gender. For example, when most people think of coaches in sports, they use he, him pronouns. Coaching is a male dominated industry, but let's say your child's coach happens to be female and you don't know about it. You're describing the coach to one of your friends and you're using he, him pronouns. That is no bueno. According to CNN, that is an act of exclusivity, the opposite of the inclusive, delusional world that the deacons want us living in. Let's say your kid has an exam. You're telling one of your friends they have an exam today. Pretty harmless, right? You think you're abiding by the woke commandments, you're using gender neutral terminology to describe a group of kids. According to CNN, that is also no bueno. You see, when you use the pronoun they, you're excluding the Z's and M's. Casey, what the hell are you talking about? Dude, I really have no idea. I don't know. According to CNN, the Z's, XE, that the XEs, it refers to people who are intersex. Now, me being the gender novice that I am, I had to look up the term intersex. Initially, I thought intersex referred to people who were interested in sex, but that could not be further from the truth. The term intersex, it is used to describe people who were born with a combination of male and female biological traits. I know I'm not a doctor, and I'm damn sure not a scientist or a biologist, but how is it possible to be intersex? I mean, seriously, is that really possible? In my 38 years, I have never come across an intersexual. Can you really be born with both ovaries and a sperm gun? Does that mean you can impregnate yourself? Well, Casey, what about the pronoun M? How should we properly use that pronoun? I'm glad you asked, but unfortunately, CNN, they don't educate us on the pronoun M. I'm just guessing here, but maybe that pronoun is reserved for passionate fans who choose to identify as M&M, or it could be used to describe Skittles who are transitioning to M&Ms. But this guide of stupidity from CNN, it lists dozens and dozens of new neopronouns, all of which you're expected to learn and use properly. Now, I'm not going to bore you with all the details. If you're interested in learning the proper use of neopronouns, you can check out the brilliant thesis by Scotty Andrew for yourself. But I do want to focus on the most ridiculous one. I have been telling you guys for years now that parishioners at Woke United Methodist, they worship the woke oak tree. Now, to be fair, these people have a lot of deities. They worship Bob Dylan Mulvaney. They worship Megan Rapinoe. Parishioners with an affinity for wigs worship the wicked wig of the woke, Joy Reid. The ones who enjoy the aroma of fresh gas prefer to worship the whoopee cushion on The View. Now, although they all have their favorite preferred deities, the true worship, it always comes back to the woke oak tree. Parishioners at Woke United Methodist, they love the oak tree. That's why they are so concerned about climate change, better known here on the channel as seasons. If the summer gets too hot and the oak trees are melting off the planet, the shitfucks won't have anything to worship. They have taken their love of the oak tree. They used it as an inspiration for a neopronoun. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to Leaf. Leaf. Leaf is used to describe just about anyone. All 720,000 genders, they can be described with the neopronoun leaf. For example, let's say you're meeting your emotional support shovel at the coffee shop. You don't tell your friends, I'm going to meet Stiff Wood at the coffee shop. You explain to your friends that you're going to go meet Leaf. Are you starting to understand? No? Let me give you a better example. This one's actually provided by CNN. I hope Leaf knows how proud we are that Leaf is getting to know Leaf's self better. Wait a minute. Did CNN just use the pronoun we? That doesn't seem appropriate. Wouldn't using we offend the G? Here's what I don't understand about all this. According to the Trevor Project, which is another woke organization that's trying to influence children, but according to the Trevor Project, only 4% of LGBT youth identify with neopronouns. Now, there's only about, 10% of the country that identifies as LGBT? Of that 10%, only 4% identify with neopronouns. So, why is CNN pretending like this is an important issue? For the longest time, I have been explaining to you guys that the LGBT community has been hijacked by woke United Methodist. The vast majority of LGBT people, they're just like you and me. They're normal people that go to work, they go to happy hour with their friends, they play golf, they take care of their families. The only difference between them and us, they happen to prefer a different hole. That's it. Other than that one difference that no one really cares about, there's actually a lot of common ground between the LGBT and straight people. Now, of course, the mainstream media, they want you to believe the opposite. The media, they are trying to create this war between the LGBT and everyone else. But let me show you an example of what I'm talking about. I came across a content creator this afternoon named Link Lauren. Now, according to the media, I would have nothing in common with Link Lauren. He's a G, I'm an H or an S or whatever the fuck. But in the eyes of the media, he is the oppressed and I'm the oppressor. Link Lauren reviewed this bullshit article from CNN. Listen to what he says. Watch for yourself. Now, do I think Link Lauren represents the entire LGBT community? No. Do I think he represents the opinion of the majority of the LGBT community? Absolutely. I think most LGBTers have the same mentality as Link Lauren. But the dude made an excellent point. We've got high school kids who can't read. Hell, we have a president who can barely read. Other countries, they are teaching their children how to build quantum computers. Here in America, we are trying to teach illiterate children the use of proper pronouns. I can't tell you how many times that I have been asked to upload my content on TikTok, but I refuse to do it. For one, I don't trust TikTok, but two, TikTok is completely different here in America than the TikTok they have in China. Over in China, TikTok recommends videos that teach people something. They recommend videos with substance. What does the algorithm recommend here in America? Dave Dumbass hitting himself in the balls with a hammer. Fran Former Man sitting on a blazing cucumber. Mary Model flashing her goods in a bikini promoting her OnlyFans page. They recommend content to Americans meant to dumb us down, and it's working. Just look at CNN. Would you describe CNN as smart? Would you describe CNN as intelligent? I have nothing against Scotty Andrew, the woman who wrote this article, but CNN, they are using their young writers and having them publish content on the use of neopronouns. This is supposed to be a news organization. Someone please explain to me how the use of neopronouns constitutes as news. But give me your thoughts. CNN, once again, humiliates themselves publicly. This might be the most embarrassing thing that's happened recently at CNN. I mean, this is really, really pathetic. A 10-minute article explaining the use of neopronouns. Give me your thoughts. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, kc_btl84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.